What is up, guys? I am SPEC and I'm here with a tutorial. I am doing the Hope campaign tutorial, how to do the Hope effect on a photo. Now, just to keep in mind, when you do the Hope campaign photo, make sure it is a good photo. What I mean by that is make sure that the portrait that you're doing has a nice good shadow on half of the face and a nice light part of the face. You don't want the photo to be all one like shade, because then it's not going to work out. You're not going to get the good layers that you want, right? So you want a nice dark side of the face. You want good lighting. This only works with good lighting. So you want a good nice dark side of the face. You want a nice light part of the face, and then you want a nice semi-light part of the face, okay? The face is the only part that matters. His jacket, anything like that, it doesn't matter, okay? Because you can honestly just go and, if let's say like the coat has too many colors on it or whatever, and the tool's not working out as well, but it's looking good on his face, well, you can just edit his coat later. The face is what matters. So you don't want to use a crappy pixelated face. You want a nice, good quality photo, and you want a nice, good shadow on his face. Alright, so the first step you want to do is you want to go to the quick selection tool here, or the quick selection tool. Okay, you want to click up to the quick selection, and you want to go to brush here, and you want to change this to 4 pixels, and this allows you to really be precise where you're selecting. So you want to make that to 4. Now you want to select the background. Now don't worry if it's catching too much at this point. You can go back and you can deselect that area. Okay? You just want to get a nice good selection. See, I got this part nice and perfect. This step is also really easy if the background has nothing in it, but you know, this one has a man here and then some of the people here and some, so it's really hard to really be precise when there's stuff in the background, but it still works. So deselect an area. You just hold Alt on your keyboard and you just slowly go back and forth until it looks like you kind of got the area nice and well. If it didn't catch an area and you need to catch an area, you just go over slowly and it catches it. Okay? So you just want to have the 2 sides here selected, okay? Once you have that, you want to hit delete or backspace, and then Control D to deselect. Okay? Now you want to go up here to filter, okay? And you want to go to artistic, under the category artistic, and you want to go to cutout. And now, just zoom out so you can see the photo. So the number of levels, you want 5. Edge simplicity, 5. And then 1. So 1, 5, 5. Hit OK. And this makes it look more cartoonish. It's less detailed. Because if we didn't do this step, we wouldn't get the nice layers that we have, like right here and here. You know, we only want a few colors in this photo. Alright, if we didn't do this, it would be too much colors. The Hope effect wouldn't look so great. So you want to not be as detailed, okay? You want it as less detail as possible, but you want it still, that you can still recognize who it is. So I can still recognize this as JFK, okay? Now, once you have that step completed, you want to go to your sidebar. You want to go to your layers menu, and on the bottom of your layers menu, there's this little circle with a semi-black circle inside of it. You want to click it, and it'll bring up another menu. You want to go to Channel Mixer. You want to go here. Okay, click Channel Mixer. and then you want to click this little arrow to return to adjustment list. You want to hit the posterize effect. You want to switch that to a 5. I suggest to type in at the keyboard because this is very sensitive and you'll be sitting there for extra few minutes trying to get to 5. Now you want to hit the gradient map. Okay. This is where it allows us to change the colors of the layers. Now right now it's all gray and we don't want that. We want to use this. Now I customized this gradient. I made this gradient on my own. If you don't know how to make a gradient, you just click once, and you bring and you get up the little new markers. And to change the color of the markers, you just do this, and then it changes the area. So that's how you create your own gradient. Okay, I created the own gradient. I saved it, but I am going to go into the colors and I'm going to show you the codings of the colors. So the first color you want to use is this dark blue color, and it's 00324D. Okay, and it's at location is at 0%, so it's the very first one, 0%. The locations do matter. This part right here matters. This is probably the most important part in the gradient tool. You want to make sure you're paying attention to the location. Okay, this location is at 25%, and the color is EO1825, and location's at 25%. I'm just going to say it now. Each location goes up by 25%. So the next one after this is 75. So this color coding is 749884. Okay. We're going to go down here. This location is at 75% because it goes up by 25% each time. And the color coding is 4DE5A9. And the last one is at 100%, and it's the exact same color as the previous one I just showed you. So once you have the colors in, you want to hit this new button, okay? And that's what saves your gradient, okay? Now you want to hit OK. Just get this menu out the way. We don't need that anymore. It's useless. Now we add a new layer. We bring this down and we bring it on top of this. Okay? Now we want to go into here. I go to the magic wand tool. And you want to select all of the light blue area. Oops. Sorry about that. You want to hit this entire light blue area. Okay? Now, you don't want all of the light blue area. You don't want all of it. We don't want to do all of his face here, okay? You don't want all of that. You only really want around the mouth. So we want to go back to the selection, the quick selection. Change the pixel up a bit bigger so you're not sitting here being too precise. And remember the thing I told you about the Alt button? So go Alt and deselect the upper part of his face. We don't want the upper part. We don't want all this. We only want around the mouth and nose. That's all we care about, is around that nose and mouth and all of that, okay? So now it's around his nose and his mouth. That's the only area we want. We don't want up here. We don't want any of that. We want to keep that. We want to have this as solid. Okay? We go back to this new layer that we created, and we want to click this button down here. It is a layer mask, and the reason why we want to use a layer mask is just in case if your history starts to run out, and let's say at the end of the project you noticed that you kind of messed up a bit, and it's not permanently like that. You don't have to redo the entire photo. You just delete this layer and then you can redo that step. So you want to hit the layer mask. See? Now it's there. We go here, okay, and you want to hit Alt Delete. Okay, now I should have probably told you this step before this, but you want to have this color. You want 50% black. Okay, you want 50% black, and it makes a gray color. And like I just said, and once you have that 50% black, you just do the Alt Delete, and then it covers the entire canvas. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're on this canvas, not this one. You want to be on this one. You want to go back to Filter. You want to go to Artistic. No, you don't want to go to Artistic. Sorry. You want to go to Sketch. You want to go down to a filter called Halftone Pattern. Okay? And it's going to have this nice line pattern. Because in the Hope campaign photo, if you look closely around Obama's face there, it's not a solid color, it's actually lines. It's a little tiny line detail. So you want the size of the halftone to be 1. You want the contrast to be 50. You want the pattern type to be a line, not circles, and not a dot. You want a line. Okay? Once you have these exact settings, you want to go back and put OK. And then we have that nice fine line detail. Like if we zoom in, we have that nice fine line. Now if you don't like that, you don't have to have it. It is not a mandatory for the effect. Or if you like it, but you find that the line is too fine, you can go and you can change the size. Okay? So let's change size of it. Let's go OK. And now the line is a bit bigger. Okay, it's a bit bigger, and it looks nice. The reason why, like from here, it looks really not so nice. It's just because I'm just out so far. So if you zoom in all the way, you can see that nice fine detail. Okay. Now, I am going to show you this, the canvas size. I'm using a US paper canvas size, the US letter paper. So canvas size, so it's 8.5 by 11. Okay. So that's the canvas size I used. It really doesn't matter your canvas size. I like using this canvas size because it's nice to making posters and stuff. So so that is the canvas size. Now I'm going to show you one last thing, and this is the background, because we don't want that transparent, because that's going to be white if you save it. So I'm going to change it, and I'm going to make it to that nice light blue color here. I'm going to put OK. I'm going to go here where the gradient tool is, and I want to go down to the paint bucket tool. I'm going to just select, okay, and then gets that nice area. But you can notice that it's not the color that I selected, and that's because we have these effects on top. So what you do is you do Control, so you just hold Control, select all these layers here, and just merge them into one, and now the effects don't affect the background. Okay, so once you have that done, back to image, go back to canvas size, and you're going to want to change this from an 8.5 to a 9, and you want to put this to 11.5. Okay, hit OK, and this gives it a nice border. This gives it a really nice border. We add a new layer. Sorry about that, guys. My screen recorder crashed. So what I did was I added a new layer, and I went to this paint bucket tool, and I just painted the background here to the same color as that peach color here. Okay, and that's all I did. I hope you guys like and subscribe. And I guess if you guys have more, I forgot to say one more thing. If you guys have any suggestions of any other tutorials you want me to do on Photoshop or CS4 or After Effects or whatever, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.